What's up, everybody? It's Unstoppable Bunny here, and today we were gonna talk about Web3 scams. Now, scam or hack? This is a question that's asked a lot in the Web3 space. Like the majority of people that I see come in and see their assets stolen, they're all saying, "Oh my God, like I got hacked. I don't know what's happening. Someone must have, hacked my device and all of that." Well, actually, Web3 scams are far more likely to happen to you than a hack. Now, we'll get a little bit deeper into that in a minute. So, the majority of stolen items are the result of a scam. So, just a very small percentage is through hacking devices compared to scams, of course. SIM swapping is a fairly common scam and hack. So they either duplicate your SIM with a device or they get your service provider to send them a copy of your SIM. We'll go a little bit deeper about SIM swapping and all of that just in a minute. So I really, really want to talk to every single person watching this video about emotional warfare and why this is so important to understand when you're getting into Web3, right? So you can use this for pretty much any aspect of your life, but especially for Web3, like emotional warfare is extremely bad because if you actually start, getting attacked by these scammers emotionally, you actually go and do things that you don't want to do. You go click on a link because you got FOMO, or you go and click on that email because it says, "Oh, your MetaMask is not correct anymore. You got to update it or whatever." And they'll play into your emotions. So, emotional warfare is a form of psychological warfare where an individual or a group uses planned psychological methods to evoke a desired psychological outcome from you. Now, read that again, right? So, emotional warfare is a form of psychological warfare where an individual or a group, so these individuals or groups, usually scammers work in a group, right? It's barely ever an individual on the off chance that there's one or two, right? These people work in massive large groups, right? There's countries all around the world where this is actually a job. This is a job. You can actually go and become a scammer, and then you sit there in a call center type of environment with 100 other people, and all you do from morning till evening until you go back home to your family is scam people, right? So you got to understand that this is something big, and these are individuals or groups that are far more dangerous than people think. These people are trained military um, operatives in the emotional warfare game, right? So they use planned psychological methods to evoke a desired psychological outcome from you. Now, what does that mean? Right, so they'll play into your emotions, right? They'll create scenarios for you, right? They act like they're someone they're not. They make you trust them. They make you get emotionally involved in whatever it is that they're doing, because as soon as you start trading or investing with your emotions, it's you've already lost. The number one rule in investing in anything is take your emotions out of it, because if you put your emotions in there and you do it with your emotions only, you stop thinking for a second, you're like, "Oh wow, I just clicked that link because I FOMOed into the mint of whatever project is coming out, and I was FOMOing, and now I lost all my assets." So you gotta be so careful, right? Scammers play right into your emotions, and thus you walk right into their trap. It's so important to understand that when you get, when you start buying assets, when you start investing, when you get into the Web3 space, you gotta understand your mindset is the number one thing that you need to develop, right? The investing and all of that and the making money is a byproduct of your mindset. Like if your mindset is not there, if your mindset is not strong enough, like Web3 might not be for you, right? So you got to really understand, like, how well is your mindset developed, right? How well are you equipped to defend yourself against this emotional warfare, against these scammers, right? The majority of people on Web3, the majority of people, like I see so many people get scammed on a daily basis, and all of these have one thing in common. All of these people have one thing in common: they haven't done the research, they haven't done the work, they didn't want to go and learn, they haven't done the studies, They haven't equipped themselves with the right knowledge, right? In order to keep your assets safe, you need to go and study. And yes, it might be a little bit boring at times, but I'm telling you, the outcome far outweighs any negative outcome. You got to understand how important this is. Your mindset is the number one thing that's going to keep your assets safe. Because if your mindset is literally made from steel, now you've done the right research, you have the knowledge from studying the right materials, these scammers can't get to you. Or it will become extremely, extremely hard. So you have to understand, the more mentally equipped you are to deal with, investing and all of this, the stronger you will be, first and foremost, in your craft, and you'll keep your assets safer. All right. So let's go over a couple of common scams that you can see. So common scams, there's the good old scam DM, right, where people DM your inbox, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Discord, Instagram, wherever it is. People will find a way to send you a scam DM, scam email. We'll go in all of these topics a little bit deeper, just in a little bit. Scam email, speaks for itself. You get an email and you get fished to another site. um then scam text message, you get a scam text message. There's these scam text messages going on, that for example, you got a package waiting for you, is this you, whatever, and then you text back or you click on that link, and now a whole bunch of stuff starts to happen. Once you click that link, you get prompted to download something, or you get sent to another website. So always watch out with these scam text messages. Impersonator scam, very, very dangerous. People will impersonate someone that you know, or support staff, or whatever. You got the support scam staff, which is kind of like the impersonator, but it's kind of like their own little niche. It's like a group of people that acts like support, and then they go and try and help you with your problems. Accepting a fake bid, we'll get deeper into what that means and what it is. More for NFTs. Server ban scams. This is something that has been going around for a while, but it is resurfacing and it's becoming bigger. So I really wanted to touch this topic with y'all. Phishing scam. Phishing scam. Very, very common scam. You go and see something, you click on it, it takes you to another website, which is not the real website. You connect your wallet, you sign a message, and there we go, your assets are gone, right? Fake giveaways, right? Fake giveaways, all of these things, a bunch of things can happen in these. You might have to give personal details out, or you have to connect your wallet, or they'll find thousands of ways how to do fake giveaways, but usually they end up in a phishing website. Airdrop scams, we'll go a little bit deeper in that is for crypto and NFTs, right? So let's go ahead and get this slide. Can I get hacked? Now, we talked a little bit before about getting hacked and getting scammed, and which one is more common, right? So getting scammed is actually way more common than getting hacked, although you still can get hacked. Although hacking is less common than scamming, it is still a huge threat to your assets. And just because a hack is less common than a scam, it doesn't mean that there's not a large number of hacks happening every single day. So you got to understand that these scams, these hacks still happen on a daily basis, right? We're gonna go through a few of these. We're not gonna go into too much detail because we're talking about scams today. So you got the good old SIM swap. Now, what is a SIM swap? So a SIM swap is pretty much when these hackers or these scammers, there's two ways to do this. One is actually a hack. Someone has a device. They'll walk past you, or they'll go close towards you in a close proximity, and they'll clone your SIM card onto their device. And now they've hacked it. Now they have access to your device, so they can just put that SIM card that they have into their own phone, which is an exact copy. And now they have access to everything in your phone. Or they can actually call your service provider and be like, hey, these are my details, and they'll go through great lengths to get your details, right? And this is where fake giveaways and stuff come in, and you go to the DHL website and you click on that, oh yeah, where's my package? But you see that you don't have a package. because sometimes we forget that we ordered something, so we're always eager to see. And receiving a package is a fun thing, so you'll always go and click that link, and before you know, you'll end up filling out your social security number and your phone number and your email and everything and your address. And this is the stuff that they use for SIM swap, because they call your phone operator, and the service provider that you have, they call the operator and be like, hey, this is me, this is my date of birth, this is my address, and they'll check like, yeah, all the data is correct, security questions passed, what can I help you with? And they'll say, I lost my SIM, could you send me exact copy of the SIM? And they actually go ahead and do that, and then you'll say, oh, by the way, I changed my address, could you please send it here? And now they actually send it to the scammers, and they can actually access anything. So your MetaMask, your Coinbase, whatever apps you downloaded on your phone, they actually have access to. Right. So we got the free hotspot. There's a lot of people that get hacked through this method. People don't really understand crypto and Web3 a lot. So a lot of people go and download a phone app, right? The phone MetaMask, the phone Coinbase. Oh, I'll be safe. Oh, this is good. Oh, it must be good because there's an app. My rule number one to every single person, and especially my students, is do not use mobile phones for anything crypto or NFT related. Anything that you deal, like any financial thing that you have to deal with, don't do it on your phone. Whether it's going into your bank, whether it's whatever it is, don't do it. Because if you go to your Starbucks and you order your latte and you're sitting there and you're connecting to the free Wi-Fi or the free hotspot, or you go to the airport and you're sitting there at Burger King and you connect to that hotspot from the airport, someone might be waiting in that airport to see who's connecting, and then they can piggyback into your device. And when they do that, they have access to everything because you're on the same network. You might not understand how it works, but they do, and they can exploit whatever it is they want. So one day you find yourself walking into the airport, you're going on a trip, you're like, like I don't have internet, or let me just use the free hotspot that's here. And you go and you got a couple of assets on your MetaMask, you got 10, 20, 30,000 worth dollars worth of assets, and you go and connect, and come home after 3-4 days after your trip to find that all your assets got taken away from you, all your assets got stolen. And it's because of these little mistakes that we make. We don't understand the dangers of hotspot. People don't want to educate themselves. They're like, cool, let me just drop 100K on this NFT, but let's not learn how I can keep it safe. And that's the biggest issue in the Web3 space, is we have a bunch of people come in for the monetary aspect of Web3, but then they don't want to do the work to get educated enough to keep their own assets safe. Right. And it's sad, and it hurts me, and I really, really, really dislike hackers and scammers. Like, I honestly don't like these people. But honestly, it's all to the individual themselves. It's up to you to keep your assets safe. You can't go back to the project and be like, hey, I got scammed, I got hacked, give me something. That's not how it works. You can't go to the bank and get a $5,000 or $10,000 or a $100,000 loan, and then the next day you lose it all. You go and gamble and you lose it all. You go back to the bank like, hey, sorry, like, I just lost it, I wasn't safe with it. What do you think the bank's gonna say? Like, well, we loaned it to you, like, what's gonna happen now? It was your money, and you still got to pay them back. Well, in Web3 it's different. The only person that you have to pay back is yourself, because you now lost that money. So you got to be extremely, extremely, smart about how you go about this, because you want to be educated and you want to do the work. You want to be up there with the professionals, at least in terms of security. Get your knowledge up, study a little bit, literally 15 minutes a day. Do that for a year, see how far ahead of the curve you'll get. Right. So Wi-Fi hacks. A Wi-Fi hack is something that can happen as well. For example, you go to your friend's house, right? And maybe the neighbor is using their Wi-Fi, but you don't know and they don't know, right? And now you connect it to their Wi-Fi and you're going to log into your MetaMask and something. And you go and you're thirsty, you're going to go downstairs, get a drink, whatever. You come back, your assets are gone because someone else was also connected to your Wi-Fi. You gotta be very, very cautious where you bring your devices to, right? Your assets should never leave your vault. Like, your main assets, your big blue chip, whatever, the large dollar value assets, they should not be on your hot wallet. They should be in a cold wallet, stored somewhere in a safe, safety deposit box, wherever. But don't carry them around on your mobile devices. Like, if I have to go and check out how many people own NFTs on their mobile devices, like on their MetaMask or Coinbase app, it's ridiculous how many people. And then people are so, shocked that they're getting scammed left and right. I'm like, no, for me, it's completely, it makes sense. It's normal. It makes sense. People are not educating themselves, so they're getting scammed. It makes pure and utter sense. It's just so easy to understand this. So you got to understand from yourself, how well do you want to protect your assets, right? Now, fake downloads, that's another way you can get hacked. Don't download anything, especially on your devices that you use for cryptocurrency or NFTs. Don't download movies, don't download games, don't download softwares, right? Really watch out with this, because you might download malware, you might download a virus, and then what? There's downloads, there's malwares and viruses out there that literally mirror your device. So as soon as you download it, you mirror your device and you give full access to your device to whoever's sending the virus or the hack. So that's really important to understand, because now what they can do is they can actually put something on your device that whenever you type, it records it. So whenever you go to your MetaMask and you click on there, they can see that you're going to your MetaMask. When you put in your password, they can see what keys you're typing, and they have your password. It's really dangerous, right? Fake Google Docs, right? There's a lot of fake Google Docs going around. Always make sure that you're downloading the real Google documents. Like, always check the details of what you're downloading. It's really important, right? Now, we're gonna get into all of the scams a little bit deeper. We're gonna go into scam DMs, right? We're gonna talk about why it's important to turn your DMs off across every single platform, whether that's Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is. You always want to make sure that your DMs are off, or at least, right, set your privacy so that you're either a private account or that people can just DM you and it goes into a private inbox or whatever. On Discord, turn off your DMs regardless. I don't care what you want to do, just turn them off completely. And you can leave them open for friends. So if people really want to message you, they can text you in a general chat somewhere in the Discord, and they can be like, hey, I've sent you a friend request, let's chat. I still recommend not to do that, especially with people that you don't know. Always keep it in these general chats. Be like, hey, you can just chat to me here in this general chat. I'm not really interested in going into the DMs, because as soon as you land into the DMs, they have full authority to send links and pictures and play right into your emotions with the emotional warfare strategies that they have, right? They go and play into you psychologically. So this underneath, you can see a clear Discord DM. Someone DM'd them and is like, hey, you might be interested in this, and you click on the link, right? And it seems that it's a really cheap limited time offer sale of a mutant, and you go and look at that link, and you can see that it says OpenSea.fo. So that immediately takes you to a phishing site, right? So you go into a wrong OpenSea. Now you can see the same here below, right? You can see installmetamask.com, right? These scam DMs lead you to fake scam sites. Always make sure that you got the right URL. Always make sure. And then you can see the same thing on Twitter, right? I'm one of the giveaway managers, blah 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 blah. You won, or you got this, or you got that, or claim your spot, or you made it on the allow list, and they play into you like, oh wow, like I always wanted to do this, or I always wanted to do that, and they'll pick projects that are usually pretty popular, right? And whatever happens is they gonna send you back to a fake scam site. So always watch out when you're doing this. Always watch out when you're DMing people. Never ever trust anyone, even if it's your buddy, even if it's your the person that you know very well, even if it's the whoever it is. Always be cautious, and you might want to go into the general chat and tag that person, be like, hey, is that you in my inbox? Like, are you chatting with me right now? And this way you'll be able to stay safe, because a lot of the scams happen through DMs. Unfortunately, people will be like, hey, let's trade an NFT, or hey, I want to offer X amount on your PFP or on your NFT. Is there something we can do? Can we cut a deal? And usually they send fake links of fake trading websites. It is extremely important, if you're not equipped, if you're not educated on trading sites, do not use them. It's better not to use them if you don't know what you're doing. Always triple check. It is super important, because if you do connect, they'll be able to change things on their end, and you won't be able to see it. It might all look good for you. You can see the 2 ETH offers and all of that, but as soon as the trade goes through, you see that your NFT is gone and you have got nothing. Like, be very careful with all of this. People can change things. Okay. Phishing email scam. Now, this is extremely dangerous. Okay. Never trust any emails, especially when dealing with anything Web3 related. Now, read that again, okay? I really want you to understand this. Never trust any emails, never, especially when dealing with anything Web3 related. Now, here you see an email from MetaMask. It says your MetaMask will soon be suspended. So they're immediately playing right into your emotions, because you're like, oh, dang, like I got $10,000 in my MetaMask. I got $1,000 of my hard work money there. I got $100 that I got from my, you know what I mean? Like, and you're like, oh, if it suspends, I will lose everything. Now you're reading further. Dear client, our system shows that your wallet has not been verified. The verification process can be done easily via the page below. All unverified wallets will be suspended on Wednesday, November 3rd. So you can see this is a pretty recent email, but you got to understand, people get emotionally involved, right? Because it's money, right? They go in, they click that verify your wallet. You most likely have to enter your seed phrase or something, or connect to a website with that same wallet, and then they'll drain all your assets. And you're like, wow, maybe they were right. Maybe your wallet suspended a little bit sooner. So you always got to watch out. Every single email, every single link, always quadruple check. Like, I don't care if it takes you half an hour to check if that link is real. Just do it, because it could be your $100, it could be your $1,000, it could be your $10,000, or it could be 100K or a million. I've seen people get scammed out of literally 600,000 US dollars in matter of seconds. People that were like extremely well educated on the NFT space. They knew about everything. They knew about ledgers, yet they weren't educated enough on the security side. They were good at flipping, trading, making, but they weren't good at security. So they lost it. This one person knew that he needed to put his assets on a ledger, but he said he kept dreading it, and he kept postponing it, and he kept procrastinating. And then he lost over $500,000. Yeah, that is tough, just because he didn't want to do a little thing. He's obviously changed, and it's like, wow, like, this is the first thing I'm doing. But isn't it better to be safe than to lose all your assets? Exactly. So this is what you need to understand, right? So with these phishing emails, always watch out. Question: how did MetaMask get my email address? Have you ever thought of that? Did you put your email in your MetaMask sign up? Did you forget that you do that? Do you want to go ahead and make a few more MetaMask accounts so you can get used to the process, so you remember you don't need to put an email? Maybe you want to go do that, right? Get familiar with how things work in a space. Get familiar with how MetaMask operates. Learn how MetaMask operates. And now, if your email is compromised because you're getting an email like this, wouldn't it be smart to start a new email? Maybe something like Proton Mail, right? An encrypted email. Wouldn't that be better? because these scammers now have your email. You're going to get more of these emails. Just go ahead and text everyone at work, text all your colleagues, text everyone you need. This is my new email address, and start over. Like, come on, like, stay safe, right? Fake offer scam. Now this one is a really, really crazy one, because this one plays really into your emotions, especially on the financial side, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about this, and we're going to go a little bit over how these work and why they're so dangerous, right? So a fake offer scam comes from people that airdrop NFTs into your wallet. Okay, so you got to understand, these people go through lengths to find your wallet. For example, they'll go to a blue chip NFT, and they'll go into their contract address, token tracker, and then literally they can see all of the addresses there that are transacting or have the asset. They can click on that, they can copy that, and they can literally use a robot or bot to send NFTs to these holders. So that's what they're doing. They're going to these big NFT collections, and they're copying all of the addresses that hold these NFTs, because everything is transparent on the blockchain, and they send random NFTs to them. And sometimes they're copies of other NFTs to make it look like, this is it. Like, you have this, or uh, you know, like a really cool asset. And if you happen to have that, or if you don't know how you got the NFT, and you're like, oh, I really needed $500 for this, or oh, I could use that $3,000 for that surgery, or whatever you do, they'll play into your emotions. Don't forget, this is emotional warfare. This is war between scammers and you. Don't ever forget that. These people will do everything in their power to empty your wallets so they can go to the Bahamas and live a good life. Don't forget that their only purpose in life is to take whatever's yours and then go and live a good life. Don't forget that. This is really, really important, right? Keep your assets safe. Don't give these scammers, any fuel to go and live a good life. It's very hard for these scammers to get caught these days. Hopefully, it will get better, but as of now, a lot of people are getting away with it. So look at this, Mochi Mochi's origin. That one you see, best offer 1.12 ETH. Wow, now imagine, right? 1.12 ETH. You're like, dang, like I could use that. But now if you go and look, and you see the volume, you see there's 0 ETH volume traded. Now you can also see the floor, it's also 0. So why do you have an offer on it? Isn't that a little bit suspicious? So shouldn't you think about this a little bit better? Maybe, right? So always look at, do you recognize the collection, right? Is the contract address of the collection the same as the original or official collection that you have? Okay. Then check if there's volume in here, and always check the floor. But they can also imitate the floor. They can also fake the floor. So don't ever think that, oh, just because there's a floor price it's real. No. Volume will be 0. Even that they can fake. So always watch out, okay? When you get an offer of a collection that you do not recognize, never ever accept it, because once you accept it, you actually give these people, pretty much you hand over your assets, because as soon as you click it, what happens is your assets gets transferred over, because you're interacting with a malicious contract. Understand what you're dealing with, right? Here we go. You see the email here, right? OpenSea sends you an email, right? These are fake emails. Once again, they got your email, or maybe someone airdropped a fake collection into your wallet, right? 0.11, 0.169, 0.42. Dang, that's almost half an ETH. Understand that they play right into your emotions. Be very, very careful of this. Here we go with another one for Artifact and Nike, the AR hoodies. Wow. That is 3.48 ETH. That is almost 3.5 ETH. That's like 6,000 US dollars. Who wouldn't want that? So above here, you can see, like someone airdropped or transferred this asset to you, right? This has a current price. You can see a lot of people have it. This has a floor price, which is this, and there's an offer, right? So always, always, always understand this is fake. Don't accept offers because you'll be like, wow, the floor is now this much. And always be very careful because even listing this NFT can cause you a lot of harm. That's why the floor is high. That's why, see how well they've orchestrated this? It's almost as if it's real, right? So you might go ahead and accept the offer, done, assets gone. Or you might go ahead and list this NFT. Now you're interacting with that contract address. Be very, very careful. You don't want to interact with any contracts that you don't recognize, okay? So be very careful with the fake offer scam. Um, if you don't recognize it, don't accept offers. Don't get emotionally involved with finances. Like, honestly, try to find different ways to satisfy your needs, but don't get emotionally invested or don't get emotionally attached to finances because a lot of things will go wrong. Like, you'll find out if you keep doing it. Now, another one is the fake wrapped ETH scam. Okay, now you can see here. You can see this is a picture from Etherscan. You can see here wrapped Ether 2.8 WETH. So, is that supposed to look like that? No, because even if you go and look into how much it is, like even on OpenSea, you will see 2.8 wrapped ETH offered. It will play with your emotions because you think, wow, I got this much wrapped ether. Or even, if someone sends you this, you're like, oh, let me just go and swap it. Let me go and get normal ETH from it. Okay, so real wrapped ETH will always show the dollar amount and it will have an icon. See that little like wrapped ETH logo at the front? Do you see that token tracker right there? Right? You can see that ApeCoin has one as well. They got a token tracker, right? So always look at the icon. You got WETH, which is wrapped ETH, right? You can see the dollar, the amount right here, where it says $2,000. So always be sure that you're accepting real wrapped ether because there's a lot of scams going on where people accept the fake wrapped ETH and they sell their Bored Ape or their World of Woman or whatever, and they see they have literally nothing because it's a fake coin. You literally can't do anything with it, and there goes your asset because you thought someone bid a lot of ETH on your asset. And that's how they play, right? That's how they do it. They'll play right into your emotions. They'll make you do things that you normally wouldn't do because they have tactically inserted their FOMO into your uh, emotions. So it's very, very important, right? Fake airdrop scam. This is very, very important, right? So never trust any random airdrops from unknown sources. Do not transact any scam coins or NFTs because doing so will result in permanent loss of assets. Now, you can see here clearly that these are all fake coins. Now, these were all airdropped, right, to a wallet. So you have to understand, like, you go ahead and you see this and you be like, wow, like, oh, what is this? And they'll play into your emotions, or they might even pump their own coins, right, for you to go and check it out and try and sell it. As soon as you interact with this token, you might give the contract access to your wallet, and then they can literally empty your entire wallet. They can take any crypto, any NFT you have. So be very careful. So this is not just NFTs. This is also crypto. Be very, very mindful. Scams come from every single angle in the Web3 space. Everywhere you go is a scam. Like I'd be surprised if there weren't any scams. Like, something would be wrong. Okay? So be very mindful of even cryptocurrencies. Be very careful with what you have in your wallet. And if you do not recognize it, do not interact with it. Do not transact them. Do not trade them. Do not sell them. Do not transfer them to a burn wallet. Don't do it. Because when you transfer it, you're still interacting with the token. don't do anything. Just let them be in your wallet. They're not harming anyone. Just let it be. They're only harmful if you click on it, transact with it. You can click on it, whatever. Just don't transact on it, right? So don't trade it, don't sell it, don't send it. Be very careful. Now, below here, you can see an MV3 OG Access Pass SPT. This got airdropped to a wallet 2 weeks ago. And if you go and click on that asset, you can see that there's an offer pending. Yet again, like we talked about before, it's a fake offer, of a fake collection. All they're trying to do is get you to click on that. And this is an exact replica and an exact copy of an actual real project. And you go ahead and you click on that, and they actually had a verified account on um, OpenSea. So that's really, really crazy how these like hackers are getting all of this stuff, or these scammers. So always watch out with what gets dropped in your wallet. Extremely, extremely important. Right? Next, we're gonna go to the good old impersonator scam. Scammers will impersonate any single person. Always quadruple check to see if you're dealing with the real person, because scammers will impersonate team members, founders, influencers, support staff, and many, many more. Right? If you look at here, you can see CZ, which is, I think he's a head of Binance. He's the CEO of Binance, and he has a Twitter page which is a verified. You got that verified blue check mark, and he's doing something which is, hey, all persons are able to participate because now you can get an airdrop of 5,000 Bitcoin to 50,000 BNB. Now you go ahead and you're new in crypto and you're like, oh wow, like I know this person, like I've seen his photo, like he got a blue check mark. This must be real, like, oh, 6,500 followers. Oh, that goes right out of the window. Like I don't care, that is fine. He's got a blue check mark. He's got a blue check mark. Let me go click that link and connect my wallet to it. And before you know it, they scammed you out of all your assets. Be very, very mindful. He does not have 6,000 followers, okay? His Twitter handle is not liquid fruit, okay? Always, always pay attention. Hackers hack accounts with followers with blue check marks, and then they'll scam you. So it's kind of like a hack and scam combined, right? So be very mindful of that, right? So there'll be anything, even on Discord. There'll be support stuff. They'll hack influencer accounts. They'll look at accounts that haven't been used for a while, and they'll use that, or even accounts that are highly used. They'll just go and find your data, and they'll hack you, and then before you know it, they have access and control of all your socials, and then they start scamming other people with your Twitter account. And then even if it gets suspended, like, hey, it's not their account, right? They'll just go and do that to another account. So be very mindful of this, right? Always have 2FA enabled for your own security, and never trust anyone, especially like on Twitter and Discord. Impersonators are so common. It's a common scam, and they play right into your emotions. Fake Twitter scam. Okay, so all roads lead to phishing sites. Really, really understand this. Write it down, tattoo it on your forehead. Okay, whatever you need to do. All roads lead to phishing sites. Whatever scam it is, 99.9% of these scams, you get literally sent to a phishing site. You get sent to this fake site. You get sent to a site where you have to connect your wallet, fill in details, whatever, put in your seed phrase. 99.9%, you're prompted to go to a website that is not legit to do something that will result in loss of assets, permanent loss of assets. So never trust random sales or giveaways. Right here we can see like a fake World of Woman giveaway. Like even their handle is like wrong. Always watch out, right? Double check, always check the link. This is a very suspicious link. Why would you go click on that, right? Why would you go and click on links if you don't if you don't know what the official links are? Always go to the Discord, get the official links. Go to the official page, find out what the official page is. Trust me, you'll find it. It's not hard to do. Always quadruple check that the post comes from the official account. Very, very important. Okay. Ban scam. Now, this is a scam that is resurfacing, and it's actually getting a lot of traction. They're actually doing a lot of damage into the space, not just by scamming people, but by getting other members banned from servers that they're in. And usually they go for members that aren't too active, or they'll go for someone that is very active, but they'll just impersonate them anyways, and they'll get them banned from from other servers that they're in, right? So you can go ahead and see this. And scammers will Photoshop images, then flag projects about a scammer, right? After you get banned from a server, the scammers will message you as if they are the project team to help resolve the issue. So over here you can see this is in the World of Woman Discord, and someone messaged into the scam channel to report a scam, like, "Hey, moderator, someone DM me trying to scam." Now it's clear that it's a scam. The message is here. You can see it. It's a super normal giveaway from a user with a mutant. So I went and looked into this, and what I actually found is a lot of these people are fake. So even this user, it's not the real user. This is the fake. Someone just used their PFP and their name, right? And then they photoshopped this together. They made this together looking like it was this person. So when they come into your Discord, they'll say, "Hey, this person tried to DM me and scam me." You go ahead and look. What they'll do is they give you their ID. They gave you their ID, and then you can go ahead and ban them. Majority of the time, if not all the times, moderators take that information, they'll check because it's a real screenshot and they already gave you their ID. You go look them up in your server and you don't see that they're very active, or they are active, but they haven't been for a while, or whatever it is, right? And then they'll go and get you banned. And then as soon as you get banned, and the next time you go into Discord, you're like, okay, like I can enter the Discord. You go into your DMs and you see a DM from these people. And the DM goes as follows: "Hey there, you've been banned from the blah blah blah, in this case World of Women server, for an attempt at scamming one of the members." And then they'll go ahead and be like, "Oh yeah, we've looked into this. Like, it seems that you were impersonated. It seems that you weren't a scammer at all. Could you please follow the next steps?" And that's where they get you to give out your real information, or they send you to a phishing site or whatever, and then they scam you of your assets. So be very, very mindful, even especially for moderators watching this, or admins or team members that are watching this video. Make sure to really, really research and to go back to your teams and tell them about this scam, because they're literally getting real people that have nothing to do with this band, and then they'll go and try to ban those real people because they now got they scammed the new people because they got banned. So it's a really tricky situation that you don't want to be in, right? So really, really make sure to really research and check and look into it. Like, are they really scamming? Go look at them. Go into their servers, see what PFP they have. Go see how active they are. Find out from other people. Check a little bit. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer, but at least you're not banning random people, right? Cool. So really, really watch out. This scam is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Always read transactions. This is extremely, extremely important. Always check your transactions and carefully read what it's doing. Anything suspicious like upgrade 2 is a red flag, right? Now, if you go and look here, you can see clearly upgrade 2. Now, that's a very, very dangerous contract interaction. You want to make sure that you're not doing this. And this, especially this one, has been used a lot with the old OpenSea exploit that is going on. So you want to make sure that you always read what is happening. Go into the data, read it up, right? And if you don't know what it means, go research it. Like, really, remember what I said. Your assets will only be as safe as the education and the knowledge that you have, right? So go study Web3 security. Go study what it means, right? Upgrade 2 and all of this, right? We'll go a little bit deeper in some other things over here. So over here, you can see sending ETH, sending NFTs, and giving approval, right? So when you're sending ETH, all it needs to say is sending ETH. When you're sending NFTs, this is what it will say: transfer from. So when you're on a minting website, when you're on a mint website and it says send ETH, it's not real, because it should say mint. Okay, minting. So if it said send ETH, they're draining your ETH. If that minting website says transfer from, what happens? They're transferring assets out of your wallet. Now, if that minting website's message sets up set approval for all, now you'll give them full access to your wallet, and they can take whatever they want at any given time. So be very, very mindful. When you're on a minting site, it's minting. When you're sending ETH, it should say send. When you're sending an NFT, it should say transfer from, not set approval. Just really, really be careful for what you do, right? And if you're giving approval for all, and so OpenSea will require you to set approval for all if you want to transfer multiple NFTs, or you want to like do something or list an NFT or whatever. OpenSea will require that. So only ever do this with sites that you trust. Like, we've built some sort, somewhat of a trust with OpenSea, knowing that they're not just going to run off with our assets. So this is why we give them the approval for all. But a big tip that I'll give you right now is avoid having all assets in your wallet. If you do want to list something on OpenSea, only send the NFT that you're going to list or sell or transfer to a another wallet, whether it's cold or hot, doesn't matter. Make sure that wallet is empty, completely empty, and that wallet is kind of like the hub that you use to send NFTs or whatever, buy an NFT with on OpenSea or list an NFT with. Because this way, if something ever does happen, not all your NFTs are compromised. Only that NFT that is in that one wallet, the hub kind of, only that wallet will be compromised. So be very, very mindful of this, right? Same with minting. Don't mint with your ledgers. Don't mint with the hot wallet that has assets. You shouldn't have assets, or at least high value assets, in any hot wallet anyways, right? It should be in a cold wallet. Have multiple wallets. Have a wallet for minting, just for minting. Don't do anything else but minting. It has nothing on it. You just mint. Have another wallet for listing and buying. That's the only purpose of that wallet. Listing and buying. Yes, it costs a little bit more to send it. Yes, it's a little bit, it's a little bit more of a hassle, but you'll keep all of your other assets so much safer. Just think about that, right? It's better to be safe than to lose all your assets. Exactly. Now, help. I clicked the link. I minted from a malicious contract. I signed a malicious message in my wallet. I connected my wallet to a malicious side. What do I do next? Well, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is do not panic and stay calm. This is extremely important to understand. Now, I know 99% of y'all are not going to do this, because as soon as you get scammed, everything you watch today is going to go right out the window and you're going to panic. Of course, it's a normal human response to panic. Especially when it feels like you're jumping off a building, and your stomach is like turning because you see your empty wallet and you're like, wow, is this real? And you're panicking, and good things don't come from that, right? So stay calm. One of the worst things you can do is panic, even though it's a natural and normal response after something like this happens. So take a few deep breaths, right? And get your focus on. This could be the time you either lose it all or save it all, right? You might have clicked the link and your assets are still in your wallet. I've seen scammers drain wallets after 3 hours, after 6 hours. I've seen them do it in batches. I've seen them get the money together for them to send ETH to the wallet first, so they had enough ETH to send the assets out. I've seen wallets get compromised where they didn't touch anything because they weren't aware of it. Maybe they didn't check. Like maybe at the end of the day they come home from a trip at the beach, or they go and go to the farmers market, and they come home and they see, oh, okay, cool. I got a few people scammed. So that's a very important thing to understand, is these people come home and see like, okay, I got 4 or 5 wallets, let's go drain them now. This could be 3 hours after they actually scam you. Sometimes it happens simultaneously with you signing it, sometimes it doesn't, right? So be mindful um, of this. So staying calm could actually potentially help you save it all. Okay. So assess the situation, think about what you might have clicked or signed, and try to immediately follow the next steps. So first and foremost, you should already be there with your MetaMask open. Go to the little three dots, under account, select the connected sites, and go ahead and disconnect. Now, this just logs you out of the website. Okay, this doesn't disconnect any wallets. This doesn't do anything on the contract side. This simply logs you off of their website. That's it. Okay, so be very mindful that this will not fix your problems. Okay, after you do this, you immediately head over to revoke.cash or etherscan.io and revoke all access immediately that you might have given to any third party, right? So you put your wallet address here, or you connect your wallet, right? And you literally go ahead and revoke all access. So this should be done on a regular basis as well. This is not just when you accidentally sign a malicious message. It's good to do it every now and then, regularly, because this way you always keep your wallet extra safe. You can always go in there and see, like, okay, what have I signed, what haven't I signed, right? And your ledger should be completely empty. Your ledger should be completely empty. It should not have anything to revoke. Okay. And if you're staking, buy a second ledger, put the asset that you're staking in that staking ledger, and now you can have that ledger just for this. But don't give any access to your ledgers. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's Uniswap. I don't care. Go and download, a hot wallet and then use that. Really, if you need, have 5, 6 hot wallets. One for minting, one for trading, one for buying and listing, one for whatever it is. Okay. So revoking access does require you to connect your wallet and to pay a gas fee. So any action performed on the blockchain, on the ETH blockchain, you have to pay a gas fee. So be mindful of that. So if you do go and you want to revoke access, make sure you got a little bit of ETH to do that. And if you don't, you want to make sure that you calmly but extremely fast send a little bit of ETH, just enough to revoke access, because you don't want to put in too much in case they'll see it and then they'll start sending assets out, right? So revoking all access, the exploit that I talked about a little bit before, which said upgrade to, that's from the allowance to the old OpenSea. So make sure that you go and do this. This should not be here at all. If your wallet still gives access to the old OpenSea contract, like, that is not safe, because old contract exploits come when you least expect it, because they're not using that anymore. They're using a new OpenSea contract. So anyone can go and look at that and try and hack it and try and do whatever they want. They can find an exploit in the coding, right? And then they can go and exploit that, right? So be very, very careful of that. All right, a few safety tips. Always, always, always watch out what you're clicking, and make sure to hide random airdrops in your wallet, from unknown sources. Even if they're verified, as long as it's unknown, just hide them. Don't interact with them. You don't want to accidentally click or sell or transfer one of these like random airdrops or accept an offer. Only bad things come from that. Like, if you don't understand it, if you don't recognize it, don't do it. Like, honestly, like, there's other ways to make money. Money does not come easy. So why do you think this way it will? Just because there's an offer doesn't mean you're gonna get that to ETH. Never use your phone to store or manage any cryptos of NFTs. Always use a PC or a laptop, and SIM swapping is a real thing, remember? Okay, so anyone here that has a mobile wallet, I want you to go and download the same app on your laptop, on your desktop device, right? And then make sure that you back it up onto your devices, right, on your laptop, make sure that the right wallet is there, right? And then go ahead and delete the app. Okay, you want to make sure that you go to your mobile devices and delete the apps from your device, not the wallets, the apps, because you don't want to deal with crypto or NFTs on your phone. And if you do, I will promise you, eventually in the next few years, you are going to lose your assets. It's just a matter of time on mobile phones. All right. Use Proton Mail instead of Gmail. Okay. Proton Mail is an encrypted email. You can read more about it in my article. Buy and use multiple ledgers. Use multiple ledgers. I just talked about that. Use one for staking NFTs or crypto. Use one for long-term hold. Use one for, I don't know, your whatever you need to do. You can have one for listing. You can have one for buying NFTs, or you can just open up a few hot wallets. But I would recommend to store assets on ledger devices. So always make sure cold storage is used for any assets. Never do trades with strangers. Never, ever, ever, ever. It never works out. Okay. On the 0.001% that they are good people. So really watch out with that. Don't click on any malicious links. Just double check. Ask yourself this question: is it too good to be true? And 100% of the time, when it is, it's a scam, right? So be mindful, right? Be mindful. Never give out your seed phrase. It's it's a pretty common thing, and it still happens. Okay, especially when the next bull run comes, we're gonna see an influx of new people. These people, yet again, are uneducated in Web3. All they see is a little bit of money, and they'll jump at it. Get educated. Share this video with every single person you know in Web3, because they need to be educated on Web3. Go out. There's so many YouTube videos. Go find them, right? I'm not a pro. I'm not perfect at explaining this, but I'm well ahead of the curve because I've been doing this for years. So go ahead and literally find materials on the internet that can get you to stay safer. Okay? Go ask questions from people. Go do, put things in action. Go do it, right? Never share your screen. Doesn't matter if it's support, doesn't matter if it's OpenSea, doesn't matter if it's whatever it is. Never share your screen, because this way you might accidentally reveal information. Quadruple check every URL. Actually, check it 10 times. Check it 10 times, 20 times if you have to. Like, just stay safe, right? And quadruple check every message in your wallet before you sign it. Really, really important to do so. Okay? Yeah, thank you everybody for watching this video. I really appreciate everyone for taking the time. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And I hope to see you guys all next time.